Greetings and salutations, Dave, or I guess technically I should call you Dead on Dave. This is Christopher Daniels.
Hey everyone, it's the Native American Tonka. Want to give a big shout out to Dead on Dave.
Dave, this is Leon White, Big Van Vader.
Dead on Dave. What's up, man? It's the coach.
Hello, this is the hardcore legend Mick Foley, and I know when I want to keep up with the latest in wrestling news from around the world, I check in with Dead on Dave Productions. He covers a wide variety of wrestling topics, including the career of the hardcore legend. Don't miss it. Dead on Productions. Yeah.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dead on Dave, and we are here to finally get caught up completely with Camp WWE. That's right, we're here to review the third, and in my opinion, the best episode so far of Camp WWE. I just feel like this episode brought everything, the craziness that we saw in the first episode, even though it was unrefined a little bit at times, and the cohesive, really good storytelling and even smoother animation, and the way that they were able just to kind of move the storyline along so much better in the second episode. All that's combined into this third episode, which I feel they are now in that sweet spot. They're in that zone. They really got it figured out. The cast is gelled so well. We got the debut. We saw Paige last week in episode 2 a little bit. She called Rock a fucking dork, but she got the shine in this week's episode. And I'm looking for who did Paige's voice. I'm not sure. I can't find it. I can't find who actually did her voice. It could have been Ashley Borneson, who's doing a fantastic job as both John Cena and The Rock. I'm sure she does some other voices. It could be Allie Feinberg, who does Stephanie McMahon. I'm not sure. She does a fantastic job too. Stephanie and Triple H have both taken a lesser role in the second 2 episodes. They were featured primarily in the first. I think they're both going to make a big return in the 4th episode, as it seems like Triple H is going to try to win over the affections of Vince McMahon. I can't wait for the 4th episode. It looks to be even better than this, and I've enjoyed the 3rd episode so much. For me, the big part of this episode, which revolved around Sergeant Slaughter taking the kids out into the wilderness to teach them things, because he's a military man. You scum, you slime, you maggot. I love Sergeant Slaughter here. He does such a good job. Robert Remus, for those of you who don't know, that's Sergeant Slaughter's real name. Fantastic job. I mean, we got to see him in Operation Slaughter in the first episode, where he was just there to murder children, which is hilarious. But in this one, he kicks open the door, the very first scene of the show. You're all gonna die. It's hysterical. It's just very funny, over the top. He interacts with everybody virtually in this episode. He has great interactions with all the kids. His lines on The Undertaker, where's the kid who looks like he's going to grow up to be an IT guy? I got to go find the guy who probably thinks that Edgar Allan Poe is God. He had some great lines virtually about everybody. And what was cool about him, aside from Vince, he was kind of the first one to interact with both male and female characters equally, because this episode really did feature him and Paige in a big way. Paige burst onto the scene, kicked open doors. I think she's going to become a favorite on this show. People are going to really enjoy having Paige, because they modeled her after Paige in real life. You could tell. They just said, okay, we're just going to basically have Paige, but as a kid. And that's what they did with her. Some of the other characters, like the Big Show, you can't really make a direct correlation between Big Show Kid and Big Show, the actual wrestler, other than that they're big. I mean, but with Paige, I think John Cena, R-Truth you can't really, The Rock you obviously can, Stone Cold in some ways you can. That's even more turned up, believe it or not. It's just very cool. I like seeing that. And I'm not even knocking Big Show, because he's one of my favorite characters on the show. He has some great lines. He says some ridiculous things, but a few things that I really enjoyed about this episode was the Slaughter Hacks. The Slaughter Hacks were great. The song, was hilarious. And they used it all at the end, which I thought was really good. I love the slaughter hacks. But also the other big debut that we got to see in this episode was of Jake the Snake Roberts, actually voiced by Jake the Snake, which, I mean, come on, it's so cool to see that happen. He was awesome, ridiculous, and in full wrestling gear too, which is just cool, just the Jake the Snake Robert pants. And Damien was there. Damien is a full-fledged character, and they're the actual villains. I mean, they seem to be the first villains that we've seen on the show. And the fact that they just did a good job. He used his catchphrase. He used "trust me." For me as a wrestler, I was like, oh yes, just put it all over my face, neck, and chest right now. I love that. There was nothing about this episode that I did not like. Vince, once again, absolutely steals the show because he makes the episode his storyline, which was about, halvesies here. He had half the episode and they had half the episode. His storyline was all about messing with the campers for absolutely no reason. Finding out that Vince is a big fan of BronyCon, hilarious. Him messing with all of the kids, equally hilarious. Then getting trapped under a sea of bowling balls, and because he was messing with the Bella Twins bunk bed, just great. There's so many jokes in there. Wrestling jokes, non-wrestling jokes, just so many good stuff. He said, they're going to come in here and find out that it was me all along. Come on, that's great. Or when he's sleeping and he says, why did I have the Dudleys put Mae Young through a table? Just things like that. It was so good, so funny, it's just awesome stuff, man. It's just Easter eggs, if you will. But in your face, here's a present, here's an Easter egg. Take it from my hand and pluck it and put it into your brain and enjoy it forever. That's how it felt like. It was so much fun. And I've been going around saying, who needs friends when you have wolf friends? Because the end of the episode, it's hysterical. There's just not much about this that I didn't like. It was very, very funny. We got to see all these characters do so many different things. This was a good one. Even the minor jokes, the ones that are not wrestling based, the background jokes, like the name of the yachts that Triple H and Stephanie were on in the background as they were going by Paige and the rest of the group that were paddling their way to the island. Stephanie's boat was named Mine in big pink flashy lettering, and then Triple H's boat came right behind hers and in the same lettering but a different color, says also hers. I just love stuff like that. I thought it was so funny. They gave a great nod to old school sci-fi when not only when Vince had a dream where he thought he had robot arms, go-go gadget robot arms, but it was more like the Terminator 2 polyalloy arms, T-1000 arms, and then the old school science fiction robot coming in to have sex with him. There's just so much here. Look, the reality is by this point, if you like the show, you like the show. If you don't like the show, for whatever reason, I don't think anything's going to change your mind on it. This is just, I don't think it's a fair comparison to really compare it to anything else out there. I don't think it's Family Guy-esque. It's more narrative driven. They don't rely on any cutaways or gimmicks. It's just pure jokes based off of wrestling background and even non-wrestling background. There's some actually good storytelling elements throughout the course of this episode. So it's just, I can't say enough about it. Maybe it seems like I'm just blowing this show, and you know what I am? I'm double fisting this show, and I don't care. I absolutely love it, and I can't wait for more. I'm hooked. I'm addicted. And I want to say a big thanks to the cast of the show who has been tweeting out to me, well, retweeting my tweets and stuff. And I even got a DM from Ashley Borson, which is great. I was like, be still my beating heart. They do such a good job, and it's just really cool to, even on Twitter, where everybody retweets everybody, it was still really cool. So there you go, man. I don't think there's too much more to say. I'd give this episode a 9. I think it was fantastic. I don't think you can get too much more better than this episode. It was just very well done. I enjoyed it. I think maybe some of the highs weren't as high as the second episode because nothing beats that damn twisty slide. I mean, ridiculous. But it was more consistently up at that level throughout the entire episode. There's nothing down in this episode. It was just very good. All of it was hysterical. We got to see Mark Henry with Ric Flair with a blow-up doll. I mean, it was just so much good stuff. I absolutely loved it. So fantastic job once again by the cast and crew of Camp WWE. You guys have got this fat guy in your back pocket. Keep it coming. I can't wait. And if this show gets canceled, I will do something I never do, and that's go on a friggin' petition, because this show is great. It can be something really special, and it would work on other networks. It wouldn't work just on the WWE network. I feel this is a show that would have a life even in mainstream. It could be, this could be a Comedy Central show, whatever. It's that good. It's well done. And come on, it's a Seth Green baby. It makes complete sense in the world. So fantastic job. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. And thank you. Thank you guys for hanging out with me right here on Dead on Dave Productions. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and remember tonight at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be doing the live prediction show for WWE Extreme Rules. That's right. Extreme Rules is Sunday, and I'll be doing it, and it'll actually go into my birthday. So if you want to hang out with a little birthday party-ish vibe going on after I'm done with the prediction show, make sure you're here for the prediction show. It's going to be a lot of fun. Call in, get your voice heard, and all that good stuff. So make sure you're watching Camp WWE. Check it out. At least give it a chance. You owe yourself that, because it is definitely worth it. Like, subscribe, and share. And as always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends. We'll see you next time. Peace.